Hi, hey everybody. Right now I'm just trying to get casting in. This game was really just thrown at me last minute, so I'm trying to find a co-caster. I think he's going to be on soon, but right now we have Nar, Syndra, and Warwick banned by the blue side, which is Rewind Gaming, and the Kali Zed and Pantheon banned on the purple side, which is GGRE. So we're going to see which team is going to pick what, and it's going to be really interesting because this is the first game on the new patch, so I'm really excited to see how it goes. And Vi is picked almost immediately. And I'm actually going to give a call to my co-caster right now. He should be coming on. So you'll hear Skype in a little bit. So just ignore that for now. Hopefully he gets on soon. But we're seeing a Morgana pickup on the purple side. So we're going to see how that works for that. And Jinx actually logged in by now. And Kyle, or Mr. Redfred, seems to be taking a little bit with the call. I think he's in now. Hey, how's it going, Kyle?
What is up?
Yeah, sorry about that. This game was kind of thrown at me as well as last minute. So if you just want to spectate the game, I'm spectating when I get in.
Sure thing.
Yeah, it's Rewind Gaming versus GG No Re, I believe it is.
All right, that sounds good. Let me go find some of the people who are playing this. Let me close my door too. That will have minimal background noise.
Setting up the Facebook post, and then I'll be able to talk a lot about the game. Right now, we're still just in Champion Select. Bans and picks are going through as I'm typing this, so we're not missing too much.
So GG Nori,
I believe
and
so.
so that would be most likely Tiki Godku in the top lane, Game Boy JSA as jungler, Jolly Amoeba as mid laner, Pahawa Tala as AD carry, and Pranthman is Pranthman 321 as support. That the team.
Yep, and they are versus Rewind Gaming, who is on the blue side with Exer, Tony Starker, Madcast Miss, Trinchane, and Krillisk. I'm not sure who's going where. There seems to be two smites going down already, but
Oh,
that might just be from past games and them getting still set up. This is gonna be really interesting because this is the first game on the new patch that we get to cast, so I'm actually really excited for this.
yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how they deal with the jungle changes, with the jungle being pretty heavy, or like the jungler's first clear is so heavy now. Like,
But yeah, right
so
now, Yeah, right
but
now for Rewind Gaming, we are seeing a Vi, Blitz, and Caitlyn pick up, while on GG No Re, we have Morgana, Jinx, Olaf, and Sion. But luckily, yeah, Warwick was banned out, which I'm liking. Warwick has been pretty annoying in this patch, and we are seeing a hover over LeBlanc right now.
yeah, the Warwick ban is a pretty smart, especially if you have any inkling of your opponent picking one up. Yeah, that's interesting. Two smites might actually be a half bad idea in the new jungle. I don't know how it would really work going into late game without a an offensive or defensive summoner, depending on what lane they're in. But with the jungle being so difficult for the first clear, first two smites might be pretty might give a critical advantage to one side. I actually really like I really like blue team's team right now with just so much they have so much chaos, especially if they pick up a fizz too. That's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it definitely is. Having a Fizz and a LeBlanc, they really have no main tank. They have Blitz and Vi who can get tanky, but they aren't really in themselves huge tanks. So it's going to be kind of interesting what they do because then we have on the purple side for GG No Re, they have Sion who can build just tank and in his passive still deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised with that lock in. The dual AP comp against like two two kind of tanky bruisers in Olaf and Scion. They just build a little bit of magic resist, and they might be able to soak up the damage that the two assassins can put out. It's really going to be if the assassins can pick off the correct targets. And Azir, ho ho ho.
Yeah, Azir is finally available. I think right now Kalista might be the only one still not available because I don't think we have 2 weeks since the release yet. But with Azir finally being able to be played, and he is going to be played, we have GGRE with actual like legit sounding or legit looking team with going with the past meta and all that. I really don't know what the current meta is since we really haven't gotten to see a lot of games yet. But then we have Rewind Gaming, which I don't know what they're doing. They finally got rid of the one Smite, but it seems like they're either going to have a top Fizz or top LeBlanc, which is going to be pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be all down to how they end up building, and or how each of them decides, or how I think Fizz decides to
Oh
build.
man, it's going to be really interesting. There's so many ignites going down on Rewind Gaming side, and then we have two heals and no ignites for GG No Re, which they really don't need an ignite. There's no one on Rewind Gaming who's going to be getting all that life steal, except for Caitlyn. She's the only one that's going to really get health back. There's no other heals on their team except for the one summoner spell on Blitzcrank. And Rewind Gaming is actually doing a thing in the bot lane that I like seeing sometimes with the ADC actually getting exhaust, which then allows them to split push. Granted, though, I don't think Caitlyn is one of the greater split pushers for ADCs, but it does give her that little bit more of security if she decides to split push.
Yeah, it's like what really interests me though is like who is Caitlyn going to exhaust? Because you might have Olaf, I guess, coming into your face, so he's not a bad choice. But everyone, like even everyone else, like I guess Scion, I guess you can exhaust Scion, but it seems a little odd in my opinion. I wonder if they failed to actually do the swap because Blitz does have the heal. Uh,
I'm gonna check the roster real quick to see. I think Madcast Mist is the ADC. Yeah, Madcast Mist
yeah,
is
he
the
is.
ADC. One thing I'm thinking that could be possible is well, not really possible. One thing that I saw that's pretty cool is that Azir is very attack speed reliant, so that Exox could work on him as well. Especially with I don't know if his dashes get slowed because of the exhaust speed, but all that, but it will greatly affect his damage output because of the attack speed and the damage that it removes.
That is very true. I guess if Azir does put himself into a position to be exhaust, again though, being exhausted by Caitlyn, like you said, I think the split push would is obviously the why you might take exhaust on your AD carry like that. But it will just really have to see what blue team is gonna do with these summoner choices, and really with this comp overall, because they have three champions that go all in when they or go in pretty hard when they try to pull off their max damage, while you have a Caitlyn in the back, and then you have Blitzcrank who can peel mighty finely, but I mean obviously his known spell is his grab, so it just seems like you don't want to be pulling an Olaf in, you don't want to be pulling that Scion in, and if you pull a Zir in, you could easily split your AD carry off from the rest of their team.
Oh, yeah, you pull a
So
Azir and he ults, and there goes the rest of your team as well. Also, if you pull the Morgana in and she has her hourglass by then, she just ults hourglasses and she's in the perfect spot.
yeah, and even it is even a Morgana. The Black Shield is going to be quite critical, and one of those in the bot lane, especially early. It's going to be the reaction time. Can you get the Black Shield on the correct target? I know that's always a fun mini game for you Morganas against Blitzcranks out there.
Because it's one thing I always love seeing. You'll see a Blitzking just run in front, like to where a Morgana and Caitlyn or Morgana and Jinx are in this case, and just wait for that Black Shield to go into someone and then throw the pull. It is a weird waiting game between the bot lanes to see who is going to act first, and then can the other one react in time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to how to see all this works. I know Olaf actually does have a pretty decent first clear in jungle, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he's not any worse than at least some of the standard junglers we have or I have personally seen go through the jungle. Although I'm not really sure how Vi's first clear is.
I have actually not been able to play either of them yet. I've been doing a few junglers, but I haven't got to do Vi or Olaf yet. But one thing I like seeing in the PSU LCS, sometimes we have games that are mismatches. Looking at the borders now, these are going to be two teams that are really close in skill level. Seeing that, though, I'm really interested to see why that Rewind Gaming decided to go with the Fizz LeBlanc top and mid. Maybe they done their homework and tried out this new map a lot and found out that the meta is this right here of uh, basically two AP carries. But
Yeah, the two AP carry comp is has been picking up speed even before the map got reworked. But it seems certainly interesting that they would pull it out against a team that already had an Olaf and a Scion picked up.
scene, I have the wrong names. That's for the next game coming up I have set up, but I'll have the overlays up for this game. Just not without the team name, Sally, but we just have to keep reminding that Rewind Gaming is here on the blue side and GGRE is on the purple side, or now the red side. And spectating, it still seems like that they're in purple, but maybe that'll be changed one day. And first strike going down onto that Azir.
Yeah, we'll see if Azir decides to just back after that. He picks up the barrier, so it'll allow him a little bit extra uh, defense against the LeBlanc burst once she hits that, or once she hits that critical point.
Yeah, that's one thing to watch out for, because usually what you have to watch out for is the mid lane hitting 6 and going all in, but with Fizz in the top, or actually we don't even know who's in the top lane, if it's Fizz or LeBlanc right now, but with both of them hitting critical points at 6, it's going to be interesting to see if they group immediately after, because like if a team fight starts at 6, I feel like Rewind Gaming definitely has the advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Rewind was playing a little bit of mind games, trying to sneak which AP carry is going to go where. And as you see, LeBlanc actually sneaking into that close red side bush in the top lane.
Also, speaking of mind games, LeBlanc has a dagger. Dorn's blade. I'm kind of interested to see, does she just want the early AD to poke out the Scion, or do you think she'll go AD LeBlanc?
I think that's actually a really nice pickup, and not only because it'll give her a little bit more sustain with the healing effect, but as you can see, that Scion can't do much. You know, when you get those first few auto attacks, if you can force that Scion out early, this LeBlanc might be able to get rolling and really keep Scion from farming. I'm not sure if the LeBlanc will be able to outright kill the Scion unless the Scion gets greedy. But you know, being able to force your opponent out of lane is just as good as killing them sometimes.
And we see Tony Stark there just barely missing a hook on a Prath, man. Early level 1 hook can mean like the difference that a bot lane just really needs. And as we were talking about before, we see Trinchain up here just pushing out Tiki God, who hasn't been able to get any farm, but he just has been able to get the experience. And man, thank you, Rainbow Freckles. He actually told me that I actually have the name for my Twitch chat, for my Twitch title right now for the next game coming up. I'll have to change that when I'm able to. It's just if I alt-tab, I kind of pause the stream. So I kind of don't want to miss anything crucial by doing that.
And look at the harass coming in. Here comes the jungler.
Are they going to be able to punish this LeBlanc for being really over? But no, he goes in. Nice jumping on that. I thought they'd be able to punish him, but she's able to turn around. But she might go down to that Olaf as well. And there it is. Game Boy is able to pick up the game on Trinchain, but that was a good turnaround by Trinchain to pick up that kill.
Yeah, nice retribution kill. by the jungler. You know, the was it LeBlanc made a great play, just probably making the best out of a bad situation there. You know, she might have been forced out. She might have taken a lot of damage trying to get away, but she's able to get the execute onto the Scion and get away from his passive as well. But of course, a good play by the jungler being able to get the follow-up kill.
Yeah, sadly, it did take his ghost to do that, but hey, a kill's a kill. A ghost for a kill is always really wanted, and in the bot lane, definitely the farm right now is actually perfectly equal. We've not seen too much, but Tiki God is now finally able to do damage to Trinchain. Going down to half health already. Trinchain's able to do a little bit back, but this Scion might be able to finally farm in lane.
Yeah, he picked up a what is that? A null magic mantle, giving him that extra magic resist, keeping LeBlanc's excess like non-auto attack poke at least somewhat in check.
Oof. Trinchain's gonna go in. That was a nice dodge of the knockup, but we have Exer going down pretty low against Jolly Amoeba, but Vi's gonna come in. Jolly Amoeba's gonna take a lot of damage from this turret, but he might still be able to survive. Ignite was ticking onto him, but he seems to be, no, he's gonna go right back into where Exer is, but a good flash to get away from them, but Exer flashes right back at him and goes in. Gameboy is trying his best to protect him, and he's going to be able to let Jolly Amoeba get out alive.
Yeah, what a beautiful setup for your teammate there. You know, it certainly looked like death for Jolly Amoeba, but some fancy footwork in the bush, a nice little flash, giving him a little extra distance, and then the linebacker Gameboy JSA to keep the damage from getting through for the kill. So a nice little escape.
Yeah, when Jolly Amoeba was stopped in that bush, I was really confused what he was trying to do. Maybe he had a dash from his, I forget what his dash is called because I really haven't played a lot of Azir, but he was, I thought he was waiting for that, but no, he did nice little fancy footwork to stall just enough time for his jungler to come in and help. And we have Trinchain up top. He's getting pretty low in mana. He's not going to be able to do too much up there anymore.
Yeah, it was interesting. He picked up a Doran's ring and an amp tome, and so, but again, you pick up the no magic mantle. That extra magic resist combined with Scion's just natural health tankiness is pretty crucial.
That was a nice binding there by Craftman, and they're going to be taking a lot of damage with the chompers hitting both of them, and they're both under half health. That was a great job by GGRE's bot lane, and they're going to be able to farm a lot safer now, but Blitzcrank might be able to punish their overconfidence.
Yeah, Blitzcrank is just one of those wild cards where if you get the right pull at the right time, it can flip an entire game.
Oh yeah, Madcast Miz does get hit by a zap, but luckily dodges the binding from Morgana, and we see right now we do have the very aggressive jungler item onto Gameboyism, and Tiki God is forced to use his ult to get away, and that was very nice, getting the ignite from Trinchain as well. Very nice play to use his ult for that.
Yeah, it seemed to me like he still had charges on his. Oh, he picked up a second no magic mantle. He just sold it apparently. It seemed like he's had some extra blast charges. Oh, he picks up a Spectre's Cowl. That's going to be great for him. Oh, a great
pull on a Wrathman, but a good spell shield is able to dodge the knockup.
Yeah, that'll keep the bot lane in favor of GGRE. And
Yes, I believe so, yep.
We head to the mid lane for some action.
Exer's going in on a Jolly Amoeba, gets a good amount of damage down, but not able to do too much more. We see Madcast Miss down here in the bot lane, pretty low. He is almost blinking, but he's trying to stay to get that little bit of extra gold. I'm not positive on how much gold he needs. Now he has enough for a BF sword, but he's just sticking around a little bit more. Now he's going to start back with that money.
Yeah, well, Morgana's going to stop that with a little cheeky binding and force him to get another wave, which as an AD carry, sometimes you don't even mind that too much.
As long as if she gets a binding on her though now, then that could be devastating. Ooh, if that would have hit, and there's the binding right there, and that's gonna be a lot of damage. And Pawa does pick it up with his ult, and see, that's what we meant by sometimes you like it as an ADC, but sometimes it's not good for you.
Yeah, right as you said that too. Just a nice binding, finding the target you want, and yep, that a little extra greed of just not backing right away does go against him.
see Trinchain coming in another fight with Tiki God, but Tiki God able to block a lot of that damage with his shield, and Trinchain's getting pretty low, taking a lot of damage from minions. His passive's going to get popped.
Yeah, it seems like GGRE is just making some nice. It's basically just winning lane. They're playing the laning phase really well, and although the double AP assassin comp might seem a little scary, you know, they're not exactly the strongest in their laning phases. So nice taking advantage of that by their laners.
And one thing with Trinchain picking up that Sheen, she is definitely trying to get as much damage out of auto attacks as he can on the Scion, but it doesn't seem to be working too much right now. He does have the farm advantage though, and we do have Game Boyism on that Olaf in the mid lane. And Exer goes in, but so does Krillix on that Vi. Gets a good ult on a Jolly Amoeba, and he's going to go down. Game Boyism though, trying to turn what he can, goes on the Krillix, and a good flash comes in. He's turning on to Exer, but he's going to have to run away. Exer just decides to go in. He dodges the troll pull, but Exer is still able to pick up the kill. Prathman coming in late to try to assist as well as he could.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the jungler and mid lane, clearly knowing when they needed to get in and out, and looks like wow,
fight in the bot lane. Tony Stark will try to do what he can as a support. He might actually get the kill on the ADC, but no, a heal comes in to save the day. But here comes the ult by Caitlyn to get the kill. That Blitz was, see, that's a play by Blitz, almost taking out an ADC by himself in that bot lane.
Yeah, Jinx was forced to pop the heal and tried to get out of there, but just that little extra vision from those minions entering the bush allowed the Caitlyn to proc her ult and secure the kill on to Pawatawa.
And that's definitely what Caitlyn needed, being about quick math here, about 17 gold behind. That's actually 16, man. I'm bad. But he needed that kill to help out a little bit.
Yeah, and actually with those 3 kills, it really puts the gold lead back into blue team's favor here.
Yeah, Rewind Gaming now does have the lead by about 100 gold, but it's going to be interesting when we see dragons being fought, because now games can no longer be decided on a gold lead alone, because dragons are no longer counts for gold, it's now stats, and that's something you really don't see in the gold count.
Yeah, it's something where now dragon no longer is something that you can you know, you would normally get stats through items. Now you're getting stats through a buff.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely something that now as casters we have to look out for, that we just can't look and be like, oh, gold lead, they're winning, done. Sadly, now you have to actually look at buffs and a little more things as well. But it's a very even game right now. No dragons have been taken just yet, and Exer is going to go in on a Jolly Amoeba, do a little bit of damage. Amoeba's already at half health, and he has the ult on him. The troll pull comes down and gets another kill for Exer. He is 3-0 right now against that Azir.
Yeah, that was a nice mechanical display of Fizz play. And against our Fizz Princess here at Penn State.
Yeah. And Trinchain's going to go in under tower, taking a few turret shots, and he's not going to be able to do much out of that. I don't think the Ignite was on to kill. No, the Ignite was on, but not enough to kill. That was a really aggressive decision.
But we have Rewind Gaming on the dragon.
Yeah, taking
Sub
that
100 health now, or 1,000 health.
Yeah, the Snipe comes down. There's the boost of attack, and I feel like the Jinx ult, yeah, it did come by and didn't get anything, and that's 2 kills already. Teague trying to do what he can. He did come in. Pawa has the ult from Caitlyn onto him, but is able to survive barely. Teague being exhausted. I don't know if he's going to be able to get a kill just in time, but no, that was a great play by Rewind Gaming to pick up 3 kills and the dragon. Pawatawa barely got out alive from that Caitlyn ult.
Yeah, no, that was a nice setup, a nice response, knowing that the jungler had, I think it was the jungler who had just backed. Actually, someone had just backed. I completely missed it, but Rewind Gaming knew they had the numbers advantage, decided to go in the dragon. I guess they also had the vision. If you look at their vision control there, they have 3 pink wards, although it's kind of on their side of the jungle there, just to help out and keep themselves secure. And you know, they jumped on the chance. And is there any way we can tell how many dragons each team has on the spectator client right now?
you will have to, like, when you look at a specific champion, it'll have their little buff.
Ah, yeah.
So that's really the only way. And Trinchain doing a lot of good damage to the turret, but jumps back towards it, and T-God's going to do a good amount of damage back onto them. But Jolly Amoeba gets the ult from Xer again, and Xer's going to jump on in. Nice ult from Jolly Amoeba to stop a lot of damage, and that barrier might have saved his life as well. And T-God is going on to Trinchain right now. Oh, the shield not doing enough damage.
Well, the
but
fight's everywhere.
Here comes Krillus coming in, gets a good Q on him. T-God's just going to go in to try to get the kill. His passive does pop. He can still get it, but Trinchain just jumps away, and he's just going to go after the tower. But Trinchain came back, too. That was a little ballsy.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. A lot of action happening in that, but it turns out a kill for Rewind Gaming, and it increases their gold lead almost to 2K. Actually, it is 2K.
0.2K right now, but yeah, after winning lane, it does seem that GGRE is going to be behind. But can Tony Stark get a pull on here? He's going onto the Morgana, but he's not able to hit it. Gameboy isn't getting attacked in the jungle. Krillus is able to steal that red buff. Jolly Amoeba is getting attacked by Xer, so he can't help. Xer's actually coming on in. There's a kill on to Jolly Amoeba. Krillus is ulting in onto Gameboy, and Gameboy is really low. The poison from Gromp going in, but Xer goes in for the execute and is able to survive.
Oh, action everywhere. Up. It looks like the bot lane's gonna settle down, but again,
Oh, here comes an ult, and he's able to pick up Madcast Miss. That was a great ult by Pawatala right there. And a binding is able to hit Tony Stark. They're going to go under. Heal comes in and is able to get the double kill on a Pawatala. That is exactly what GGRE needed to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting as we head into the mid game here. Will the hyper carry Jinx be able to live long enough through the double assassin comp that Rewind Game is putting out? Because I mean, right now the brute force display that Rewind Gaming showed in the red side jungle of GGRE was fantastic. They knew exactly what they could do. The amount of damage they're putting out right now is probably peaking, or is definitely spiking.
Definitely the one person they wanted all that gold on, it is Pawatala on that Jinx. He is able to carry games. There's not a lot of ADCs out there that could just completely carry a team, but Jinx is definitely one of them. So we're going to see how it goes, because Caitlyn, though, still 2-2, good farm, still going to be able to do damage, and this red buff's going to go on to Madcast Mix. Interesting, a little jungling style right there, but hey, it got the buff to him. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, buff transfer complete.
Oh, Xer's going down on a Jolly Amoeba, and Jolly Amoeba takes a good amount of damage with Tiki God still punishing this Trinchain up here. The LeBlanc's not working out too well, even though he does have the creep advantage.
Yeah, the top lane just seems to be who has more health when they return back to lane. Because you know, if Sion doesn't have enough health, that LeBlanc's just gonna burst him. But you know, if there's too much health on the Sion, the LeBlanc can't do anything. The LeBlanc can't trade properly.
Good ult from Madcast Miss is putting Jolly Amoeba down below half health, so on that Azir, he is going to have to back. They are most likely planning to siege this tower if they put that ult down already, or they just want a Jolly Amoeba out of there. While this is happening, Tiki God is in the top lane. I think he's going to take that tower. It seems like Trinchain's not going to be able to get up there in time. So yeah. I feel like that's going to be a tower for GGRE, and there it is.
Yep, tower secured, and that puts them up 2 towers to none. And that's really what is probably keeping this. Actually, no. I take that back. The gold lead is really through the kills here by Rewind Gaming, because CS-wise, GGRE is actually doing pretty well from themselves.
Yeah, and Xer is taking a good amount of damage. He's down to probably about a third of his health. And this is where Azir has a strong point. When you want to siege a tower, you are able to poke from a really long distance with them.
Yeah, I think this is really the strength of their team comp when they're sieging up. Ooh, Vi coming in from behind.
Wow, goes and ults right onto the Jinx, but a good flash there to dodge Blitzhook, and Xer is able to pick up the kill onto that Morgana, but here comes the Bile and is able to pick up a kill. Jolly Amoeba tries to do what he can, but my bad, no, the Jinx ult did not get a kill, but Jolly Amoeba is going to go down as well. Jinx does pick up the kill on the Caitlyn. Pawatala is going to get another kill. That's 2 kills for him. He's able to survive in that game. Or in that
Jinx
fight.
mechanics, those Jinx mechanics, to turn that situation from something that looks so grim for GGRE into probably a positive output from that. To pick up the tower, to get 2 kills in response for the 3 kills that they picked up, that was fantastic. Although it looks like LeBlanc is going to pick up a tower in response.
Now it was a completely even fight then after all of that. But Pawatala, I don't think he's going to be able to take this dragon by himself. He's going to need some kind of help, but he's going to try his best. And I don't know if it's even possible. Can you dodge the dragon's aggro in this game?
I don't think as Jinx you can't. Uh-oh, well, they picked up the dragon.
That was impressive.
No, the criminal's gonna get away unapprehended.
Yeah, you did see Xer coming down, but if you would have realized it a little bit sooner, and this just shows Pawatala just completely carrying his team right now. 6-1 on that Jinx, and basically picking up a dragon all by himself. And it's 1-for-1 of the dragons right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if that dragon was worth gold, it would look a lot better for this GGRE team, just because picking up those health items and a little bit of magic resist is going to be what's key for their front line and their tanks of Sion and Olaf, and allowing that Jinx just to rapidly put out as much damage as she can is would set up for a really nice team fight from them. But of course, without that extra dragon gold, Olaf and Sion, they're not exactly looking too great on items.
Yeah, because definitely that 8% bonus attack and AP that you get greatly helps Rewind Gaming in this, because they're all full of assassins. Sion really doesn't get much out of that, but a good pull on a Jolly. He's going down the barrier and is going to keep him alive, but Caitlyn ult's come in, but Pawatala takes it on that Jinx. All comes in on a Tony Stark, and he's able to die. Mad Max is going to try his best, but here comes Axer trying to get what he can. He's exhausted. Going on to Pawatala, trying to do as much as he can, but he can't. He's going to go down. Olaf is going to pick it up, and Mad Catz Mix and Krillis is coming in. Not going to be able to do much. There's double kill, and Sion picks up a kill with his Q, and that's going to be a 4 for nothing, and a tower going down.
That was some fantastic play from GGRE. That's something that you're going to have to watch a couple times just to get the intricacies on what exactly happened there, because oh boy, did they play that well. And it looks like they're going to pick up an inhibitor tower off of this. Oh, Gameboy JSA gets executed.
Oh, wow, yeah, he takes a little bit too much damage from that tower. And one thing I realized is that Trinchain is not in these fights. It seems that instead of the split push Caitlyn like we thought early on because of that exhaust, it's more of the split push LeBlanc, which you really don't see too much of, especially having that Trinity Force on a LeBlanc. It's definitely an interesting pickup.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this game, it was going to be really up to what the AP carries decided to build. Oh, a little trickiness here by Trinchain. Doing a nice job kiting out Sion, and now Sion looks to be in the trouble here.
Oh yeah, especially with Tony Stark coming up to help. Trinchain being really ballsy. It seems he really knows this LeBlanc well. He seems to do it a lot. See, he's going to go on a Tiki God, but decides that it's not enough. And a Jinx Rocket did come in, but barely missed. And Jolly Meep is going on a Tony Starker. We have a Silent All coming in. Tiki Stark's coming back, but he's going to be missing everybody with Trinchain behind him. He's going to go on a Tony Stark, but no, Trinchain is... Oh, what a dodge! He dodges everything. Jolly Meep takes the Fizzle, and he's going to go down. Tiki God doing what he can. Trinchain is finally going to go down. Pawatala is having none of her tricky movements and is going to just come in with a double kill. Actually, no, Olaf was able to pick up that first one, but he gets a double kill onto the Blitz. And
oh, wow.
It was kind of funny because you saw Trinchain doing just whatever you want on LeBlanc, and then Pawatala just comes up and just with one auto attack is like, no, you are just going to die. We're done with you.
Yeah, now let's see what GGRE can pick up off those kills. It looks like they're going to be able to pick up this top inner tower, but we do have Rewind Gaming picking up a mid tower and possibly a bottom tower as well.
But are they going to stop at this tower? They might be able to get another one, or they might be looking towards Baron.
Nah, it looks like they're just going back. And yeah, it looks like they left Vi to get even more damage onto this the second mid tower. So it looked like a really bad situation for Rewind Gaming, but they made the best out of it. Putting the fact that all of GGRE was in the top lane, and given that fact, allowing the two people who are alive and away from the fight, Caitlyn all the way across the map, and Vi in the middle of the map, they pick up a couple towers off that, and they keep the gold lead from slipping away too hard. So like, you got handed to them. They're even in their mistakes, they're making the right decisions.
Yeah, GGRE definitely doing well at coming from from when they were behind. Let's see if Rewind Gaming can do the same. They're only 1,000 gold behind. It's nothing too substantial. It's basically whatever one dragon fight, one baron fight can completely turn the tides in this game, and they have a blitz. Blitz is that wild card. One hook can completely change a team fight.
Yeah, and it can change a team fight for either one of these teams depending on who he grabs. Like we said, now this Scion is looking, picks up a Frozen Heart, still has the picking up even more, getting more match resist as the Spectral's Cal has the Mercury Treads, now stacking the health with the Giant's Belt. And, Caitlyn's not exactly someone to pick up a Bork for the health percent damage, so...
I really want to see this game go into late game, because I'm really interested to see what Trin Shane's building on this LeBlanc. With an Avarice Blade now being picked up, I have absolutely no clue what he's doing. Maybe a Static Shiv coming in, but it is interesting. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it certainly is interesting. I do wonder what his... Ooh, just missing on that Blitz Crank hook, and some nice axes, as it looks like Rewind Gaming has to retreat into the base, and a nice grouping by GGRE allows them to pick up an inhibitor.
And yeah, that's a huge inhibitor right now, but we do see Trin Shane going back to split push. That's apparently what Rewind Gaming wanted to do from the start. They have just been split pushing this entire game, and because of it, they do have a lot of towers down. Because of Trin Shane in the top lane, it seems like they're going to go and gather around for this dragon, and I'm not sure if Rewind Gaming can try to pick this one up.
Yeah, nice play by GGRE to pick up that dragon. Ooh, lands that slow, but probably nothing to follow that up. As this LeBlanc player seems to know how to handle LeBlanc very finely.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't seem like something that he just did for one time for fun. He seems to know this, not only this champ, but this style of gameplay to play with this champion. It is definitely something really interesting. A top lane LeBlanc that doesn't build for burst.
Yeah, there's the Static Shiv. You called it there. Oh, that's just for split pushing. It's an interesting strategy within the team dynamic of this game. Force your opponent, who clearly has a strong team fight presence just with the Jinx. Force your opponent to go to those 4v4 decisions. Make them make the mistake of sending the wrong person back for the LeBlanc, or sending the wrong people back to LeBlanc. And that LeBlanc is so slippery. It's certainly going to be interesting how GGRE responds to the LeBlanc split push that's been happening.
Yeah, one thing I'm interested in, we actually are going to be seeing Rewind Gaming in the next game as well against Nidalee Alliance. I wonder if we'll see this LeBlanc again. It's definitely something interesting, but I don't know if it's something that can work multiple times, because now you're expecting it.
Well, I mean, even if you're...
Oh, an ult coming down in an extra on a Prathman. Gambling's taking a lot of damage. It's mostly going to go down, and
what a
trade
hook.
for a kill. A hook goes on a Jolly Amoeba, who's going to go down, most likely, unless they could trade Turret Dagger really well, and that's what they do exactly. Amazing Turret Dagger. Tiki Guard's going to come in, goes down on a Mad Max, who's going to take a lot of damage from the Jigsaw's coming in, and Paula takes the kill. And Prathman is going to go really low. Oh, a nice hook on a Pawatala. This is what they need to turn it, but it's going to actually pull him into safety. Philip is trying what he can, goes on a Pawatala, flashes for him, and he's able to finally pick up the kill. There's the shutdown, but T got in there, taking up the damage, and is finally going to go down by Trin Shane. And Trin Shane's left the only one standing, and T God is just going to do a lot of damage on that tower.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So 2 team fights in one game where you're going to have to rewind that and see what exactly happened there, because there was action all across the board. And all the little intricacies of who came in when, what ults went off where, like, the plays to save the Jolly Amoeba with the heal and the flash, only to be found by the Vi, and that Vi is putting out damage. Like, there's no doubt about that. The super minions seem to be walking into the base of Rewind Gaming, but I can't even properly analyze that fight. There was so much action happening there.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
It was once again the Jinx, now 12-2-5. I assume is picking up a GA next, and once she gets a GA, that actually I'm not even sure how much that's gonna be a game changer. Just because of the way that Rewind Gaming wants to fight with this LeBlanc literally dancing around the battlefield with this Fizz. You know, he puts out his burst, but he's able to stall long enough maybe for the LeBlanc to finish up a kill. And not to mention, you know, Caitlyn still is an AD carry, and still is a long range AD carry at that. So she's able to stay somewhat more safe than Jinx possibly can, and still put out the damage that might be needed to finish it off. And it's like, this is actually a wonderful thing that I've never seen that type of team fight.
Palatala's gonna go only on an Exer, and they're gonna be able to burst
gosh.
him before anything happens. Gameboy is in with his ult, able to do what he can, but Exer is gonna be able to dance around. And Gameboy does get a kill, and here comes the Jinx, already picking up 2. And that's 3 down for Rewind Gaming already with an open base. This is gonna be bad. Mad Mix taking the slow. Can Palatala come in on him? All he needs is probably 1 or 2 rockets that he's going down. Here comes the LeBlanc with the BF sword now on him.
Yeah, retreating, trying to save the base. Oh.
Gonna go in, but Jolly Amoeba's gonna go on him as well. He just dances out of there. Mad Max takes 2 auto attacks and is gonna go down to Palatala. And that is gonna be another the same inhibitor actually going down. And we're gonna see if Trinchain can stall long enough to not allow them to get too many objectives off this, but they're going straight into Baron, it seems like. With the Wolf Spirit.
Yeah, the Wolf Spirit spots them out, so let's see if that makes them second guess that they're going to walk over a ward as well that they do not know about. They're just going to pick up the Scuttlebug. Rift Scuttler, thank you. I knew it had a more adorable name than Skittlebug.
I feel like everybody calls it Scuttlecrab yet. I've been doing it a lot. But it's the Rift Scuttler.
Yeah, but this game going into the 31st minute has had plenty of action. 45 kills total in this. 13 towers have already been destroyed. I think there's 3 dragons that have been taken, and 2 fantastic team fights. And it's really can this Jinx hyper carry GGRE into the late game here, and it's gonna be so interesting on how this is something where if you get the chance to slow down each of these team fights and really watch how LeBlanc plays, because I've been trying to keep track of her, and even for me watching, it's really hard.
Ooh, a good pull by Tony Starker, but no one in position to take advantage of it. And this might be a 3rd dragon here for GGRE unless Tony Starker can pull a miracle hook. I've seen it before. Can he do it? No, there's no chance. But Trinchain's going to come in with this LeBlanc. I really don't know how to describe it. Tiki God is going to go on to Mad Max and do a good amount of damage onto him. But with Exer there doing the best he can, and a good dodge of the Jinx. They're going to go on to Palatala. Exer is going to do his best to kill him, but the exhaust comes in and saves Palatala. And another team fight starting out right here. Tony started picking up a kill on Jolly Amoeba, but Gameboy is going to go down as well. And while this is happening, Chris is trying his best against Tiki God, but he's going to go alternate on to Palatala. Palatala goes down to the Vine. And while this is happening, oh man, a good zone is by Prathman to keep himself alive for now. Tiki God going to try to get the kill onto this LeBlanc, but can he pick the right one? It seems like he did, but it's going to go down and it's going to jump around like he always does, and Prathman's going to be the last one standing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Ooh, he's going to be able to live from that. Yeah, that was such a questionable decision by Jinx. She kind of put herself into a really dangerous situation, you know, maybe being a little bit too tunnel heavy onto that Caitlyn, who was easily being taken care of by the Scion at that point. So you know, a little bit of what is it? Just poor positioning by the Jinx really cost him that fight, because once she went low, she really can't approach and do the full amount of damage as securely as you might later. And she actually picks up a Banshee's Veil, which is probably just as good as a GA.
Especially against a Blitz, I feel like a Banshee's Veil is probably more need it, because with the GA, she's going to get pulled, killed, and then revive, killed. It's not really much. At least the Banshee's Veil going to be able to protect her, and more often. I believe it's like 45 seconds. It comes back up every time.
You know, protect her from that Fizz ult, protect her from the even a Caitlyn ult, like just the start off damage even, or the Blitz, yeah, the Blitz hook, the Vi punch or ult, or actually I don't think the, well, Vi's ult is really odd when it comes to Banshee's Veil, if I remember correctly, because you won't get knocked up, but you'll be still CC'd for the full duration or something like that.
One thing we are seeing in AD LeBlanc here, Tiki God going in on 3. He's already at half health, but he's Spell Shield able to keep him alive for now. But Trin Chain's going to go in. A good ult from Caitlyn coming in, but a good block coming for GGRE as well. Game Boy is getting pretty... Game Boy... I'm just going on Game Boy for now, but he gets a lot of damage. Exor's taking a lot of damage from Seer, but a good ult or hook there from Tony Starker. Bratherman coming in, uses his ult, but doesn't get anything on it. Takes an ult from Fizz. Zonia's from the damage. Trin Chain going to come in, do a little bit of poke, and walk away. A big team fight there, no kills, but a lot of people low.
A lot of ults blown, like a lot of people blinking red, or a few people blinking red, and the gold just dead even as we enter the 35th minute here in this contest. Oh my gosh, that again, like I've been saying, just if you get the chance, just watch some of these team fights just in slow motion, because that's the only way you can really appreciate really what this LeBlanc is doing.
One thing I'm liking about this LeBlanc is he just dashes forward, auto attacks, and dashes back. It's pretty clever because from that she's getting her Static Shiv almost guaranteed to be proccing. And it's going to be interesting because early on I did see her running AP runes.
Oh no.
A good hook on a Jolly Amiibo, and he's going to go, no he isn't. He's going to be able to survive. Trin Chain try and do what he can, but a good shield going to protect him again. Here comes Chrisix on that Vi, not going to be able to do too much, and Trin Chain just doing his jump auto attacks to poke down Pawatala pretty low, and this is amazing game. This is nothing I would have expected.
Yeah, GGRE really just needs a hard engage, and knowing that his zero is low, it looks like they start onto the Baron.
Yeah, they have Trin Chain there just doing what he can. Pawatala taking a good amount of damage, and Exer going on a Tiki God, not going to be able to do too much because that Zion is tanky. Baron's getting pretty low, only 2 people going on it, but it's Mad Max and Vi who's going to be able to take it down. It's going to go over to Rewind Gaming, but it's not over just yet. They're going to go on to them. A good amount of damage coming down on Tony Starker and etc., but it's not going to be too much damage. A Vile coming in, or Jinxel, and barely missing anything. And Extra coming in on a Game Boy, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Extra's going to go down to a Smite, it looks like, or the strike going to. Chrisix is going to go in, but he's getting binded and going to go down as well. Craftman getting an ult on 3 people that are alive. Craftman is on to Mad Max, doing a lot of damage. Mad Max is not going to be able to do much because Craftman has backup coming in, and that is a only 2 kills, but a lot of action going
so
down.
Dangerous.
Pawa's going to go in, or Trin Chain's going in on a Pawa, not able to kill Savage. Trin Chain is getting really low, and he's going to go down. And now that is 3 for that Baron going down, and they're going to be able to push for this inhibitor, and I don't think that Mad Max and Tony Starker can protect it.
Oh my gosh. I am at a loss for words for what's been going on in this.
Hook comes in, but onto the Scion. And Mad Max is going to be in a bad position, and so is Tony Starker. He's going to go down, but everybody's really low. Mad Max, that was a flash Q, not able to pick up a kill, sadly, and he is going to be able to at least protect the rest of the base with his teammates now respawning, and everybody below a quarter health. 4 people blinking on the side there. Scion now finally got enough health that he's not blinking anymore, and we're going to see probably 5 backs coming in. Unless they try to get something. Dragon's coming up in 5 seconds, so this could be something to pick up by Rewind Gaming. And after this, it would be, is it 3-2 or 2-2 on Dragons then?
I think it's 3-2. It picks it up on Prathman. He's just gonna take it. But I'll tell you, for everything that GGRE did after that Baron, they still came up kind of behind. Now they've lost the Dragon. They actually lost the tower during, I believe, all that finagling. They managed to re-pick up the inhibitor, but now Rewind Gaming kind of has control of the map for now. Like, as GGRE was backing, you know, securing up some of their buys. And the really thing that I want to look at and really want you to take note of, if you can swap to it, is just look at where the gold has landed now that we're here in this late game. Just so much of it on Jinx, which is kind of what you want. But when you look down Rewind Gaming's side, you can see their gold is a lot more spread out. And compared to like Azir, who's kind of looking poor against his other AP counterparts even. The Sion's gonna engage here though.
And Sion all comes in, but everybody splits apart. Tiki God is able to stop it in time, and Madcast is able to dodge that binding. But Exor is getting smited by Gameboyism, but he's gonna get pulled by Tony Starker. But Tony Starker is gonna sacrifice his life for his mid laner. But Exor is gonna come in trying to assassinate someone, but everybody's so packed together that he's not able to get a good target. And they're gonna go right down the middle. They might want to end the game here.
Yeah, that was one of those things where if you're a Blitzcrank, you do not want to be pulling the Olaf or that Sion. So that tricky LeBlanc. Doing that
try
a lot
this
of
in a game now. This LeBlanc. This is pretty amazing, actually. Oh, and Tiki God's ult is already back up. He's going to go right down the middle, and he's able to get Madcast mixed. That's going to be a lot of damage onto him. Exor's going to go in, but not able to pick up a kill. No, Gameboy actually goes down. Exor's going to try with the cannon against Jolly.
Jinx is not taking damage.
Tiki is going to go down. Madcast mix is really low, and we have a fully healed Jinx who gets the rocket onto the Caitlyn, and Vi is going to have to jump away, and that is now 2 down with Blitz coming right back up, but they might be able to push for this game right here. It's going to be a 3v3 fight, but can Trinchain do what he can? He's can only really poke. He's only damage over time. He's able to pick up the kill on a Prathman. That's 1 kill. Hawatala gets out, but he gets ulted by Vi, and he's going to go taking a lot of damage. The GA is most likely going to be popped. There it is. Are they going to be able to secure the kill? And can he time it perfectly? And there it is. He does take damage. Triple kill on a Trinchain on this LeBlanc, and they're going to be able to push now. And
yeah, they've got 10 seconds to work with before this Olaf appears, and they've got a full 50 seconds before the 19-4-10 Jinx, who is currently carrying almost 20k gold worth of items and 1k, or about 1.6k in her pocket, gets back up. So let's see what they can do, the 3 of these guys.
Vi's gonna go in, gets a good Q on Gameboy. I'm gonna take it down a lot of damage. Trinchain comes in, kill, kill. A good ult by Tiki God's gonna come in, but he's not gonna do. No, he gets 1 kill onto the Vi. He's gonna get 2 kills on a Tony Starker there. And is he gonna pick up the 2nd kill or the 3rd kill on a Trinchain? But Trinchain's gonna do what he can to get out. And there is going to be no towers for Rewind Gaming, as a great defense there by Tiki God and Gameboy to save that tower.
Oh my gosh, this game. Oh, wow. When is this scale going to tip? Because this is one of those points where you see this going back and forth and back and forth. And at 41, almost 42 minutes into this game, we're like pretty much deadlocked in gold. We're deadlocked in towers, and Baron's going to appear in the next minute 20, and that might be the deciding factor for one of these teams.
Yeah, I believe definitely for tomorrow's meeting we should probably give Drew the clips of these games to show this is probably going to be what all the games of the new season is going to be like. Just crazy action completely, and crazy builds as you see on Trinchain here. With
if there's
9, 4, and 5, so it's not like he's doing bad either.
Yeah, if there's anything you actually I'd love to see someone break down, is just the way Trinchain methodically moves about these fights. Like, he's not just willy-nilly jumping in and out. He's purposely picking his targets, knowing when he's going to get that ability to crit someone, and just landing. He's like that. Like, what was that? 400, 500 damage, and then
2
red
shots
buff?
right there. 2 shots did over half the health of Gameboy right there, who's an Olaf, who is building fairly tanky. He has a good amount of health with the locket, and actually no, just the locket is the only thing giving him health right now, but still, that is over half an Olaf's health. That is incredible of how much damage he's dealing. And right there, it seemed a little delayed, but he got a good amount of damage on a Jolly Amoeba there, and it's amazing.
What that really popped was all the shields that the tower was giving them a buff of, and had they not had that shield, like, oof, this LeBlanc hurts, and she's only getting more damage. Like, hey, if you got the mechanics that this LeBlanc has just to pop in, pop out right away.
That looks like we might be
Why
seeing
build
a
it?
tower there for from Azir. And last fight around a tower, it really helped him out. And Trinchain right there doing the best he can to poke them out and not allow them to engage. And they're actually kind of scared right now, and I would be too. But you do see Dragon coming up in 15 seconds. Baron is live at the moment, but they're gonna go down, check on this Dragon, see that it's gone, but they might know that it's up soon.
I don't know if they got the reset timer because well, I guess right now they're afraid of Rewind Gaming possibly doing Baron, considering that.
He doesn't take any damage while doing that.
And there goes the ult. Oh,
it goes on to Team God though. That was a good job picking that up, but then good hook there on the Jolly Amoeba. Mad Max is going to be able to pick up a kill, and they're going to go in. Mad Cass is going to go down though. He's really too far out there. Tony Starker is getting really low. Exer's really low as well. But Trinchain is able to pick up kills. Actually, no, Mad Cass survived, but for some reason I thought he went down, but he didn't.
his GA got popped there, and now it's a 3v2. Let's see what Trinchain can do. Is he gonna be this annoying gnat that dances around the Jinx and the Olaf? Oh my god, that damage.
Oh, he's getting a lot of damage though now from the Jinx. Pawas might be able to catch down on him, but
that might have been a bad decision.
Good flash by Pawatama, but Exer's going to go on him. But with getting excited, he's able to dodge the troll pole, and Exer's going to go down as well. Tony Stark is the only one alive, but that's an ace, and that's 30 seconds on the next guy to come up, and this might be the game if they can push fast enough.
It might certainly be. Vi's ult is going to be up when she gets up. This is a race against the clock. But I think this Olaf and Jinx are definitely going to be able to put out the damage fast enough. 10 seconds on the Vi, 8 seconds. The Olaf should just tank the turret.
Yeah, there's
4
only
seconds.
one tower left, and it's a fairly weak tower. We do have the teleport from Sion coming in. Can Krizik totally impossible and save the game? He's doing a good amount of damage. Smites Olaf to kill him.
Caitlin's up.
Palatala is going to do what he can. And with GA coming right back, he might be able to do it. Caitlyn all coming in, but not going to be needed. Sion's going to come in, and even with Sion dies, he might still be able to get the tower.
Yeah,
Pawa's
his going to definitely get it.
Tiki
That's
is going to
GG.
be able to do it. That's game. Tiki God's going to be able to get the tower, and that was an amazing game by both GGRE and Rewind Gaming. But great job by GGRE to pick up that game.
Holy Poro! Like that game was that. I almost want to say that there are few games that we're going to see the rest of this year in the PSU LCS that are going to be as well crafted as that one from both sides. There's on paper there's going to be a winner and a loser, and on our subreddit when we post the results there's going to be a winner and a loser. But I'll tell you that's a tough loss to swallow for Rewind Gaming, who played phenomenal through that. And I'll tell you, GGRE stuck to their guns, they stuck to their plan, they built a team comp and went forward with it, and they won on the back of the Jinx. 21, 5, and 13. We'll take a look at the damage. I'll take a look at this damage graph, and I think that speaks numbers there. If you look,
I'm going to look at the graph right now. That was amazing, and that's just the first game. We do have a second game coming up between Rewind Gaming and Nidalee Lions. I gotta check. I'm going to check to see when they will be playing. I'm going to text Madcast right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they respond with this loss, because, oh dear, when you lose a 45, pretty much 46-minute match on a game just as exciting as I'm sure it is to play that type of thing, but when you lose that type of game, when you are on the losing end of a competitive match like that can certainly be draining. So playing a second game right away, it's definitely going to be an adventure for these guys. See how they can rebound and really test their stamina.
That LeBlanc, an amazing build. I don't even think we dealt with this when we theory crafted, when we had that meeting a couple weeks ago. But wow, someone was keeping this in their back pocket, and it almost pulled it out for them. It's just that Jinx was just way too fed. They weren't able to assassinate him at all, really. A few times they caught him out of position, but besides that, he did what he wanted.
And the only points really team fight wise, I should say, like when a team fight started up, it was GG Nori's game to win. Like it was, if they could execute their team fight properly, they were gonna most likely come out ahead with the proper they were going to most likely come out ahead with at least gold or at least an advantage, just because the way this LeBlanc build works, um, it doesn't put out as much damage right away as the Jinx will. In comparison, like the LeBlanc was constantly putting out damage. You can pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out, get that auto attack, get that 5k crit. Like that is a dirty, dirty strat, but when you have an Olaf, when you have a Scion, when you have the hard engage that GG no Re had, that LeBlanc can't put out the damage that the Jinx does in the same time. It's just that's what it really comes. I think that's personally watching this game. That's what it really came down to, and boy, it's fun to watch. That game was fantastic to watch just because of the LeBlanc in this team fight, and it definitely gave a different look at a team fight strategy that almost came out. Honestly, maybe a few tweaks within their formula, and like maybe if you center the team comp around this LeBlanc, you might be able to make the most out of it. But it certainly was a very entertaining game to watch. And it's that's something where if you get to watch this game and you get to or at least if you get to watch some of the replays of this game and you're able to slow down and really pay attention to how what is this, Trine Shan Sane, oh, is it Trinsane, oh, try, yeah. I don't know. My English skills aren't strong.
Yeah, I definitely messed up a few things while talking. I understand that. For some reason, I kept wanting to call Madcast Mad Mex, and that it kept messing me up because I'm like, no, it's Madcast. Like, it's definitely an interesting thing trying to see these names for the first time and go ahead and say them. But it's definitely been a very fun thing watching this, and we do have a second game coming in, and it's going to be against Rewind Gaming, I'm going to be Rewind Gaming versus the Nidalee Lions. So it's definitely going to be a very, very good game to watch.
Yes, it shall be. Like I said, let's see how Rewind Gaming can do to bounce back from a very long, grueling match and to come out on the losing end. Definitely will challenge their character and their ability as a team as a whole. Oh, apparently there's another game also going on, but don't think there's a caster for that. Can't plug that. So, but our game will be coming up soon.
Yeah, we're getting the game. We're getting it all set up right now. Apparently, they thought they got mixed up between captains now that they actually thought they were facing us, BBQ, tonight, but because we're scheduled to face them this week as well. It's just that I haven't talked to them at all about it, so I was like, oh. So in the game name, it does say BBQ, but it's against. Oh wow, I should probably change my overlays back so you don't have the weird overlays over just the Twitch client. Not to sleep post bread. Yeah, go ahead, Fireglow, do it. I give you permission. But yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good game after after a tough loss for Reset Gaming there. It's gonna be interesting to see how they come back after that. And no, I don't want to play with you, Dark Matter. I can't.
We have important business to do. Oh, look, they must be level above 5 before they can receive a gift. Casters can't. Right, please. Casters can't give gifts to the teams.
I realized you weren't in here this entire time.
Yeah.
All the
I mean, I was kind of interested in figuring out what's going on with the. Currently, I believe it's No Wombats and Corrupted Bacon are playing their team or their game soon. So maybe I'll be able to give a little bit of an update, side updates while that's going on. Probably not, because League of Legends is a fast-paced game that requires two people's full attention all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get you in here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoops.
I'm gonna dream of those LeBlanc dancing. I'm gonna dream about that. It was like
Yeah,
just
it was beautiful.
put Swan Lake in the background of some of those moves and got yourself one hell of a show.
There you go. Now you're in.
Yep, and set in my caster spot or spectator spot.
Yeah, sadly, it doesn't say casters, but that'd be really interesting if they make it so that you could just like they could listen to you cast while they're playing. But
That would seem pretty unfair.
that'd be pretty obnoxious too. Like you just like you're hearing like, and they're in the Baron pit trying to get it caught. It's like, oh great, now they know we're trying to catch them in the Baron pit. But I believe we're all here. Man, that Shane saying to ban LeBlanc. Let's see if that happens. I by
Is
the way,
that what he
Trinchain,
said?
if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. It's just what I see on there when I try
Yeah,
to say it.
I completely apologize for messing up anyone's names.
Especially Chris Six, I guess. I'm gonna go with that. That sounds good. But at least we have here for the Nidalee Lions, Fire Glow, Crying Cyanide, X-Scar, Shadow Breakers, and Rainbow Freckles. They're pretty easy to say.
Yes, and with that, I was trying to find them. Why can't I find them? Oh yeah, so it'll probably, according to the list they sent in, Shadow Breakers is in their top lane. X Scar is their jungler. Crying Cyanide is their mid laner, with Fire Glow and Rainbow Freckles as their AD carry support in the bot lane. So we did announce uh, retro gaming. Retro gaming. Yes. Yes. I know what I am saying. Rewind Gaming, sorry. Rewind Gaming. We did announce their positions last game, but I will redo them while we figure out the exactly setting up for this game. We have Rewind Gaming with Trinish Shane in the top lane. Chris Six is the jungler. Xer is the mid laner. Madcast Mist is their AD carry, with Tony Starker as their support.
Yeah, one thing I gotta say, I do apologize for Crying Cyanide last time in the mid laner because I apparently used a lot while playing. Didn't know it's a she, so we should probably know that for while we're playing. Crying Cyanide, I apologize, and I'll try my best to get it right this time around.
I will call you by the gender of your champion playing.
That's what I said. That's what I usually try to do, but I try to go as much as the player if I know it, and if I don't, I usually say the champion. But we're seeing right now, right away, banned is Fizz. I wonder who else would be banned. Maybe LeBlanc, maybe Warwick. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think the Fizz ban is pretty warranted after that last game. Warwick ban, pretty standard, I think, in the current meta. As we saw that in the previous game, banned too.
It might actually just be banning everybody from the last game because we do see a Morgana ban as well. Granted, though, they did play Blitz and they didn't play Morgana, so maybe they're just doing because Morgana is strong in general.
Yeah, Morgana has, she's always going to have that inherent strong. Just because when you land that binding, it can be so damning for a team. And it can make or break a bot lane sometimes. So the Gnar and the Tristana are also banned out. And the Scion as the last ban. Did not like that hard engage.
Yeah, no, that Scion was definitely amazing in that last game. And we're doing C Tristana maybe because they don't want a late game going on, but this is going to be really interesting. LeBlanc is left open. Let's see if we see that again. And we do have Caitlyn up for Madcast as well if he decides to play that. And anything else, Vi from the last game and Blitz still up as well. And we're seeing Ashe being hovered. This is interesting because you don't see a lot of Ashe, but we really can't say who's good and bad right now because this season is in the preseason, just started. We really don't know what's strong, what's weak right now.
Yeah. Well, what's really interesting is that, Ashe, the reason she falls out of meta is just because of how immobile she is. And the game still is a little bit more about mobility rather than sieging. Okay.
I would say
There we
I'm
go.
pretty sure
That was
Callista's not actually able to play her just yet. I forget when she was released, but I don't think it's been 2 weeks yet. But we're going to see the Jinx come out. Maybe they're just trying, hey, maybe it worked last time against them. Maybe it'll work again.
well. I mean, if they were watching the previous game, there's really no telling who saw what in the previous game. Pantheon. Speaking of which, of previous casted games between us.
Oh, yeah, that Pantheon. Maybe it's a mid Pantheon again.
Very
That
well.
was an
The Smite is
amazing game.
currently on the Pantheon, so we'll see where he goes. I think Pantheon actually hasn't had too bad of a first clear in the new jungle, just because of his shield, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know though.
Yeah, it definitely keeps him alive quite a bit. The only thing is that shield does help him out, but it's best if he can start Gromp or not Gromp, the Krugs get that called the stun that it gives you because that allows him definitely to stun, do whatever he needs to, take a hit, which then gets blocked, then maybe take one more hit and then he stuns again.
Yeah.
And Rengar, I didn't get to try out the new Rengar, or not the new Rengar, but the Rengar in the new map. But I think he's going to be really, really strong in this new
Um,
jungle.
really, Rengar though struggles on the first clear.
Yep.
So that can be a problem if I'm not mistaken. I believe Rengar doesn't exactly have the best clear. And when I'm comparing how their first clear goes, this is all relative to, most of the junglers can't first clear well. The best, I think currently the best junglers on their first clear is like Diana, Warwick, and there's one more that I just is off the tip of my tongue, but
To the side.
Ashe.
Ashe does get picked up by Madcast. I do see Madcast do play. I've seen him play Ashe before quite a bit, so it's something that he definitely likes to fall back on. And Rainbow Freckles hovering Tarek. I don't see on Tarek much. Playing with him, he does play a lot of Thresh and Leona, so I feel like that's what he's most likely going to pick. But the Tarek is going to be an interesting pickup, and I'm going to say right
Teemo.
now that the Teemo is a hover. I do not believe that that's going to be picked.
I mean, why not? Why not? You're playing against a Nasus. You're playing against a Zed, a Pantheon, and even an Ashe. That blinding can be pretty damning, in all honesty. And well, I guess we're gonna get the Alona. I was just about to say Tarek is also not bad for those same exact reasons. That stun, just point and click and go, is pretty fantastic. And you're right about that hover.
Granted, though, against Nasus early on, Teemo does allow him not to farm basically at all. So it does help him out, but later in the game, Nasus just will completely stomp a Teemo. Garen might be able to push back in Nasus enough.
Yeah, the landing phase. Uh-oh. Well,
Wait a minute.
well.
Um,
Is this a support Nasus?
I don't know. It is.
I mean, Tony Starker is their support.
So do you think Targon's so easy a little farm?
I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, Ash's ult is really why you pick Ashe. I mean, Ashe late game is still pretty. Is late game is one of the better late game AD carries. But yeah, I this is certainly interesting
All
because
right.
Uh, Nasus kind of needs items like when you put in Nasus. I mean, I guess the Wither isn't all that bad of as utility use. Like,
But
if you
AP
scale
runes
Wither up.
on him, his poke with his E is pretty good.
But it's definitely going to be interesting because if this game goes late, the Jinx is just going to. I mean, there's still two assassins on the opposing team again.
All right, quick question for theory crafting. Nasus with a Callista. When he Q, oh no, because his Q counts as an auto attack, right? Or does it count as an ability?
Well, it's a modified auto attack.
So it would proc Callista's Sentinel passive.
Yes.
So if that then procs Sentinel and gives the kill to Callista, does he still get stacks?
That is very interesting.
If that happens, and then also with Targons, Nasus could stack as well as farming Callista.
Uh, Quite interesting theory crafting there. Callista, that passive has some really interesting interworks, I think, within the League of Legends coding that needs to be not just bugged out, but myth busted out, if you will.
Yeah. There was a YouTube channel of like League of Legends myth busting when it would do like little like stuff like that and do it, but I haven't seen them lately. I wonder if they will come back to it. And right now, Madcast Mix has the exhaust again. Thank you to Sharon Train for pointing that out. So there's no heal in the bot lane as well. So not only does Ashe have the ult, Nasus has the Wither, they also have the exhaust. So
Yeah,
that's
and
a lot of stuff going down.
I believe Matt Smith was carrying the exhaust last game, if I wasn't.
Was he was on the
If we were
Caitlyn,
not so
correct?
sure. Maybe he feels that the meta has been shifting enough that he'd rather throw the exhaust on there. I mean, it's not a bad
Yeah,
style to say.
maybe he's always done it, or maybe like I saw in the expansion tournament there was an ADC that did go with exhaust a lot because he liked to split push as an ADC, which then exhaust helped him out. Maybe Madcast saw this and thought, hey, maybe that's a good idea, tried it out and liked it, and maybe that's why he's doing it. But we do see 3 ignites on one side and 2 heals on the other. Um, the exhaust might be to deal with um, the Rengar. Don't know why I wasn't able to say his name, but to deal with the Rengar because he jumps in, exhaust. There's a lot of the damage. Even if Fireglow on that Jinx gets a kill and gets excited, he's able to exhaust that and prevent him from doing a lot of damage. So the
Yeah,
exhaust
but
could work.
exhaust could work, but I still really don't like it on the Ash. Just because if Jinx is actually in the face of your Ash, something's probably gone wrong. Just because at this point, Jinx, like, I like it early game. I actually really do like this early game. In the laning phase, it's really strong because if you end up 1v1 versus a flash heal AD carry versus an exhaust flash AD carry, most likely, like, early levels, the exhaust AD carry is probably going to win. Um, so I like it early game, but when it comes straight down to the team fights, this Jinx, if she gets excited, it means she's already picking up kills, which means that things are probably already going downhill.
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
so unless I guess unless Ash is either out of position or the Jinx is out of position, exhausting the Jinx isn't going to happen unless it's already a 1v1 situation where if they're going to go against each other 1v1, then obviously split pushing with the exhaust is completely ideal. But
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But yet again, we see one team having a legit team comp that looks like we saw in season 4, and then we have Rewind Gaming coming in and not doing that. So it's gonna be interesting. I really love seeing Rewind Gaming now, and I want to cast every game they play for the rest of the split.
yeah, they want to make things difficult for the stat people because they're gonna have to put like eight different champions because they're gonna come out with a new a team comp every week.
Well, here's the thing though, Madcast Mix, he is the main stat person,
That is
so
true.
he's just putting more work on himself.
um, so here we go. I can hear the game being loaded into.
Not quite in there yet. I do hear it. Yeah, you're right.
There it goes.
If that
So
happens, I'm gonna switch scene.
In the bot lane, we have the Nidalee Lions spawning on the blue side. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have the red team or purple team, depending on what color scheme you're using, of Rewind Gaming. And they're off with the fun speed boost out of the gate.
We do see Targon's being picked up by both supports right now because neither of them have heals, so that's definitely going to help their AD carries stay in lane a little bit longer. You need that little bit of sustain, and that's what Targon helps you with. And besides that, we don't see anything too out of the ordinary. I'm just saying that since we saw the LeBlanc before. That's why I'm just saying it's not too out of the ordinary, even though it is really out of the ordinary. But we are getting used to it now, I guess.
Well, it's certainly... We saw how they implemented it last game. Now let's see how they decide to perfect it, you could say. I do like... I like their strategy. I like the comp that they have in this game a little bit more than they had in the last. You know, they have the Pantheon, and a Nasus are able to stay in the fight a little bit longer, allow the LeBlanc to dance around and assassinate targets literally within the fight, which is kind of really cool. And not to mention, she's able to assassinate targets and then do that again in another 3 seconds. But you know, it's another 3 seconds where Jinx is going to be rolling off. So that was really ended up being the major downfall, I think, in the previous game. So I think with this little slight composition change, it might turn out a little bit better.
Oh, this is very interesting. We see Chrysalix here smiting Gromp, but then coming over to help get a leash from Blue. That's definitely an interesting thing because that blue buff is going to help him get a level 2, and that smiting the Gromp is definitely going to help him to get that poison armor that it gives you. That is definitely an interesting thing, and I might try that in my next game I play.
Especially when you have team games like this, it can be very useful just because, you know, your teammates are going to give you a little bit better of a leash than possibly some pugs on a solo queue adventure.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And we do see Tony Starker getting his Q. He already probably has he has either 2 or 3 stacks now already, which is going to help him out. I never thought I would see a support Nasus, so it's very, very different.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where he goes. And here comes the engage.
That's a lot of damage on a Mad Cast as well. Fireglow getting the chompers on a both of them. Rainbow Breaker's in the middle of it, taking a lot of damage. He might actually go down. A good heal comes in from Fireglow, and they're going on a Mad Cast who's really low right now. Fireglow not able to get the kill. And while this is going on, Shadow Breakers is getting really low from Trinchain, and Tony Starker is doing what he can on Fireglow, getting the Wither down, and one Q might do it. No, not enough. Exhaust comes down maybe just in time. I don't know if it was late, but a good volley from Ashe to pick up the kill.
Yeah, that was some good play by Rewind Gaming there. And obviously the Garen not exactly having as great of a time against this LeBlanc as the Scion did in the last game. But
yeah, because
Garen's
bet is that
charge passive.
Yeah, this Garen pick was because of the Nasus. But once they saw that Garen pick, they probably thought, hey, that's perfect for us. Put LeBlanc against another melee champion and have them have a rough time early on. And that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, the mind games.
Yeah, Cryon Cyanide right now is actually winning in health, at least, against Exer right now. But he is getting fairly low in mana, which might mean an early back. And while this is happening, Trinchain's going right back in. He gets really ballsy with those return W's sometimes.
Yeah, and judging by his play in the last game, I believe that's all on purpose like that. I don't think any of that is accidental. And I'll tell you, you know, not even 5 minutes into this game.
Tony Starker is getting attacked now by Rainbow Particles, and while this is going on, Fireglow is going to try to kill him, but a good Wither comes in and is able to save him. He is going to be able to back now, but he has 9 farm right now, which not even 5 minutes in on a support is quite a bit.
Yeah, he's really making use of the Siphon. I guess they must have planned this. They must find the value of the Siphoning Strike worth it. Or I guess if you don't trust your AD carry to farm, but I will assume that's not
Crying
it.
getting down on the Xer, but a heal might be able to surround, but that good flash auto is going to secure the kill for Xer there. And Tony Stark staying in lane pretty low, but that passive lifesteal is going to be able to make him survive. But Rainbow Fire is going to go in, and Tony Stark is going to go really low, and there's a kill for Fireglow onto that Nasus. Sticking for a little too long, getting a little too close to the sun, if you want to say that.
Yeah, that was great patience by Rainbow Freckles. You know, or Leona, or is it he? Now I'm confused. Uh-oh.
Oh, Xer's going in on a Scar under tower, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill.
But yeah, the patience by the Leona to not go in right away, to not jump on the chance. You know, get jumped in, communicate with your bot lane, allow Jinx to pop those jumpers down, get that extra CC time, and secure the kill. That was some great teamwork and communication, I think, by those two.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still interested in this bot lane with Ashe getting that Everus blade. She might be trading some of the farm, and that's going to be able to help her get a lot more gold. And Trinchain and Shadowbreakers there is trading a lot, but while this is happening, Kha'Zix is counter jungling right now, and Xgar
nice
is going to be able
play.
to get a good Ebola to be able to escape.
Yeah,
Ebola, not evil. I just... Oh, man.
but yeah, going back to your bot lane, top lane actually, this Garen's getting low. These auto attacks are hurting.
But he's going to go right back in on them, but Trinchain's sticking around. Oh, he probably thought it was the what's it called, man? Her clone.
Yeah.
So he didn't go on it, but a Flash E is going to be able to secure a kill while he's spinning.
Uh-oh. Well, the Ignite took him down. Nah, this Garen's regen is too good. Oh, he's going to be backing on top of this ward.
Yep, so disconnect, at least I saw on that, but there's no pause coming in. Or
no pause? There it
There
goes.
it goes. Okay. Which actually, it's kind of strange that happened right. Didn't it like delay for casters? Wouldn't we see it like 3 minutes in the future? I guess that was updated.
The disconnect or the pause?
The pause. Usually it would pause, and then 3 minutes later to come up, a player is disconnected. At least from what I
really?
remember.
Actually, I think you're right. I've actually never put 2 and 2 together. But you might be right on that.
But yeah,
Or at least it would be a little funny with that. So it looks like things are gonna get back to normal.
Rainbow Freckles did want the pause to last a little bit, which I'm okay with. That they had to have to pause for a little bit longer, because that gives us a little bit more time to talk about this game.
Yeah, so we were saying about the Avery's
they're
blade
actually
with
resuming, but
yeah,
anyway,
resuming.
go on.
Well, as you were saying, or as you were talking about with the Avery's blade, you know, 3 gold per 10 and 2 gold upon killing a unit. It honestly doesn't make much synergy sense with the Nasus, actually. It gives a little bit more passive gold, so I guess the Nasus can take more CS. Because I do not think that I don't think he gets gold when the thing gets procced. Like
yeah,
the,
from what I could tell,
Targon.
I checked that. I was like looking for it, and it didn't seem like Ash was getting that little +2 or +3 when it usually comes up. And Xer's gonna go on a Crying Cyanide, and she's not gonna be able to get anything while that was a great ult. No, he was 7. I was gonna say maybe he just turned 6 and went in, but no, he was 7. So Crying Cyanide was just a little too close while she was low, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill for Xer.
Yeah. And it looks like this Garen's actually getting the better of this this LeBlanc so far. Of course, this LeBlanc is doing a little bit deviation of the build that he had at the start on the other side. 2 Doran's blades, boots, and some cookies. So
Biscuits is an interesting choice, but I guess that little bit of mana that it gives really helps out. But one thing that I just realized out, the silence is probably really helping out Shadowbreakers in being able to trade, because of that, Trinchain has to really back off and use his W, or have to stick around because of that silence.
And now LeBlanc knows exactly why she no longer has the silence.
That's true. And while this is going on, Crying Cyanide is going to go get taken in on again, and Xer is just beating up on her now. 3-0 in that mid lane.
And meanwhile, this bot lane, nice trade by the bot lane of Madcast and Tony, putting on a lot of damage on the opposing bot lane of Fireglow and Rainbow. But it looks like the Nidalee Lions are gonna stick around.
After that, we do have Rengar coming up to the top lane. Can Shadowbreakers, ooh, he does, Trinchain does go in on it,
Oh, he
but...
missed the, I think he clicked on who he wanted to jump on there. I think he jumped on the minion.
Yeah, because he wasn't able to get a good bullish strike onto that LeBlanc, which in general is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, that, he's been jumping around. He is low on mana, but Shadowbreakers is of course low on health. And being low on health is typically a worse thing than being low on mana.
LeBlanc is building AD. One thing though that Shadowbreakers has that Trinchain doesn't is teleport, so that's going to help him get back in the lane. Or it seems like he's going to hold on to it for now since Trinchain seems to be keeping the wave where it's at.
Yeah, and I don't think that wave is going to be crashing into the tower, so he's even going to be able to stick on. He'll be saved a little bit of farm and maybe even be able to position the wave himself.
While that, Exor's going to go back in, and Ult goes down on the Crying Cyanide, and she's going to go down again, but Exor's pretty low. Shadowbreakers uses the teleport to go to the mid lane, puts the silence on Exor, but I don't think he's going to be able to trade anything much else. But he's going to force Exor to at least back during that. An Ash arrow did come in, but did not connect with anybody, at least from what I saw. Maybe it hit Shadowbreakers, I couldn't tell. It went off screen on mine.
Yeah, Shadowbreakers gets a teleport in there, but teleport is a little too late. And right now, this Zed is starting to build up some force. 4-0 Brutalizer with the Bridgewater. He certainly has a nice chunk of gold. He's got the highest farm in the game as well. So we're looking for this this Zed with 3.8k. And here
we
comes
have a Pantheon ult coming down. I thought Tony Starker was disconnected, but he was baiting them in. Fireglow is going to go down while exhausted. Rainbow Freckles seems to be able to get out, but we do have Rengar in that bot lane, but he is already at half health because the jungle creeps are much stronger now. But he's going to go back to the jungle and farm, and it seems like Chrisix there on that Pantheon is just going to get that assist and go back to base.
Yeah, it was a good play. You had the bot lane of Nidalee Lions. Oh, nice
Rainbow
little jump onto
Freckles
Macas.
do a little good amount of damage, but he's going to get traded back on. Tony Starker is going to take the turret shots when
Nice
Macas goes
Ignite.
in, and the Ignite's going to be able to get the kill, but Macas wants the kill for himself, and he takes it.
Yeah, and nice movement down by Exer to make sure that the jungler wasn't in any type of position to actually respond and pick up a double kill there.
Fireglow is going to come in. Most likely, she's going to be able, she's going to be able to save this tower, but I don't think she'll be able to get a kill too much. Trinchain going in on Shadowbreakers. He might be able to do some damage. Shadowbreakers returns fire while X-Guard comes on in, and they're going to be able to kill Trinchain. That was risky going in with the ult, especially with not knowing which one was the fake one. And Fireglow's dealing a lot of damage to this bot lane, already using his ult, so he's not able to throw that out.
Yeah, I'm surprised that ult didn't come out sooner with them being so low under tower, but this Pantheon now in a good position, gets the stun off.
One more auto attack will do it. He actually stopped his E early or got silenced out of it, but a flash didn't have the auto, but he just needs a Q, and there it is. He is able to get the kill, but I don't think he'll be able to go on to Shadowbreakers, and he's going to take the kill and exit, but here comes Exer. Can he kill him under tower? He takes one tower shot and ults in. Oh, a good dancing around by Shadow, but not going to be able to survive, and Exer gets the kill while surviving maybe about 200 to 300 health.
Yeah, that was Exer's been making some nice movements. He's really abusing the lead he's gotten. Now 5 kills, 91 CS, really allowing him to roam against the Ziggs, who has been stuck in the mid lane. And here's an engage
Rainbow
bot.
Freckles goes in on his Tony Starker, who is actually low in health. The good ult comes down, gets a slow on him. Tony Starker survives for that long. That was an amazing job by him to survive, and getting the Q on some minions. He is life stealing for himself, and he is able to survive through that. While this happens, Chrisix is trying to go on a Crying Cyanide, but X-Guard is here for her rescue. But here comes Trinchain through a Skyfall coming in from the Pantheon. Is able to pick up the kill on a Crying Cyanide. X-Guard is in bad condition here, and he's going to go down as well.
Yeah, so just kind of one after the other. It is not looking good for the Nidalee Lions. They seem to be falling across the map, and now they will lose this bot tower as well. As we head into the 14th minute, Retro Gaming currently has a 8k gold lead 6K gold lead. Excuse me. Excuse my math.
By the way, it's Rewind Gaming. I caught myself saying a lot of things. I said retro before. I said reverse, I think, once. I've been calling a lot of different things. This is why I need my new monitor to come in sooner so I could have like just something on the side where it just says big bold letters what the team names are. But XR is trying to save the tower and is going to take a lot of damage from XR, and XR is going to be able to get away from that and put a lot of damage on the Scar. But Shadowbreakers might be able to answer with the turret up here. I do not believe Trinchain is going to get here soon enough, and that E is able to pick it up. Trinchain now going to be able to try to do something. He now has that Sheen on his way to that Trinity Force.
Yeah, it's a nice play to try to keep the gold lead from slipping too far away, but...
They're going in on XR right now. He ults on his trying Cyanide, but gets exhausted, and a good ult by Rainbow Freckles, and he's going to be able to give the kill to Crying Cyanide. But while this happens, Chris6 is able to pick up the Dragon. It's the first Dragon of the game, but Shadowbreakers is coming in on a Tony Starker, who is a support Nasus, so he's not so tanky. Rainbow Freckles goes on a Madcast, gets almost half health there, and Fireglow dealing a little bit of damage, but gets blocked by Chris6's passive. And I was about to say they're gonna try to like help protect this dragon, but the dragon's already down. And Tony Starker there just
Tony Stark a little bit out of position.
Yeah, he's gonna take a lot of damage right there. I don't think there's any way of getting out of this, even though he is a Nasus. Shadowbreaker's gonna pick that one up. And they might be able to push for this tower, and this might be the boost of gold that the Nidalee Lions need to get back into this game.
Yeah, they made some nice plays here in the mid game. Nice ult, but it's only on to Leona, but Leona has no mana. Oh, Grand Skyfall coming in.
Yeah, it's going to do a good amount of damage. XGuard pops his ult. Fireglow's going to go to Madcast, but XGuard might go to trade it. There's the exhaust going down, but not enough to have him survive. Chris is going to go on a Shadowbreaker. Can he give the kill to XR? And he still picks it up in the end of it. But XGuard trying to get out. It looks like he's going to get spot. Oh, Trinchain never went into the bush. Is not able to see it.
Yeah, that was a little odd. I'm surprised that X-Scar didn't actually try to engage onto Trinchain. Yeah, Trinchain really didn't have much mana, so it would have been a little bit difficult. I guess he may have had the support of his team coming around, but you know, better safe than sorry. But yeah, a little funny not walking to the bush all the way. Misses the an opportunity possibly, or he may have seen him and just decided to let's leave. Uh-oh.
XR might have saw this going and goes in on the XGuard. A lot of damage coming in. He did see him by that ward that was right there, and he's going to go down. XR, great ward placement, picks him up that kill, and the Raptors are pretty strong, but that Zed is even stronger. 6-1-1 right now, and able to pick up at least one of those wards, but there was another ward right next to it, so that bush is still going to be warded for this time.
Here's another interesting situation. Rainbow Freckles is going to go on to Tony Stark. And more CC's going down with the Ashe coming a little bit of appearance. It looks like they're just going to back off.
Yeah, that Tony Starker, even though his support is not building as a support right now, it looks like he has that Tiamat right now. He didn't even upgrade on the Targans, did he?
No, he picked up a Ravenous Hydra. I mean, I understand that your team's kind of ahead here, but I don't know if that's actually going to help you when it comes to a full team fight. I think you'll just die.
That lifesteal, he does need it, because it seems like during those fights he just goes, Q's a minion, and gets a good chunk of health up, but not sure how much it's going to help in the team fights. But XGuard is going to get jumping onto by XR, and that flash is not going to be able to survive him because he popped his W, but didn't get any heal from it. Trinchain right now trying to deal with Shadowbreakers, and not able to have his Trinity Force right now. He's not going to be able to trade too much damage right now, and XR is going to deal a good amount of damage on a Crying Cyanide. Rainbow Freckles might be able to jump in. He's been having really good Zenith Blades, and he's able to find Chris6 right now. Trades a stun, but Madcast with a great Ashe Arrow is able to get the kill onto Rainbow Freckles.
No, the ult from Jinx? No, I guess not. But Madcast is going to be in trouble here. Saves the ult for Madcast, and he's going to be pick up a kill that way. So I guess
they got the Scuttle Crab, so it was worth it.
So some kills being traded across. Support for the AD carry though, so not too bad.
Fireglow is going to get jump onto by Tony Starker right now, but he has no tank stats. He's taking half health already from that tower, and he's not going to be able to go on him. But wow, that health regen.
Oh my gosh,
But
Tony
he's gonna
Stark
be
made
on.
a
Oh,
huge
he's not
mistake
gonna be able to
here.
survive this. Exo's coming in, but a great flash might be able to stall some time at least. He's just wavering, and a good amount of damage comes down, and
Nice
gets an ult from the Leona.
So, yeah, that was really ballsy from him. He could clear it the minute he's like, oh, this tower shot's gonna hurt. And he kind of turned around, and then the team just collapsed on him. And now Shadowbreaker is going to be trying to go on this X here, but Pantheon's going to be right behind him.
Yeah, but no, he's gonna go on to Crying Cyanide with a good zone. He's able to survive her now, but Chrysalis is gonna go on to him. A good heal keeps him alive.
Wow.
He's his way out of position. He gets shut down. What a misplay by no, Chrysalis there, but a great
I think that was just a fantastic play by Nidalee Lions right there. They, like, I thought he zoned us too early. I thought he was going to get taken down by the Pantheon, but the rest, he believed in his team, and his team came back and responded to him. And they not only pick up a kill mid on the Pantheon, but they also pick up a tower in the bot lane, which is really going to help him out.
Going to get withered, and a good Ash arrow is coming in, but the Chompers is able to keep him alive for now. Tony Stark is doing what he can to take some poke from Fireglow. And one thing I realize is Tony Stark with every Q is getting a lot of health back, but he also doesn't have a lot of health built. So it seems like he's getting a lot of health back, but that's just because we think Nass is being this really tanky monster. But right now his stats aren't too tanky.
Yeah, I mean it's
less than 2K
going
health.
interesting. I really wonder what he's going to build next. If he doesn't build, if he continues to build a full damage Nasus, because if this game goes another 10 minutes, another 15, this Jinx is not only going to have an IE, but she might have a Phantom Dancer. She might have a Static Shiv, and with even if he builds a little bit of armor, once he picks up a Last Whisper, this Nasus isn't going to be able to do anything. This Nasus is going to melt to this Jinx, and it really makes me question what exactly the Nasus build accomplishes right now. It doesn't accomplish much, in my opinion.
See what happens when the game goes on, because I thought he'd be building tanky, but that Hydra is really confusing me. We'll see what happens when they get to the late game. We were questioning Prince Shane last time, but Rainbow Prince is getting jumped on. All he wanted to do is war, but he's not going to be able to do it. Good ult comes down just to stall it a little bit, not allowing a Mad Max to get the kill, or Mad Cass to get the kill. But X-Scar is going to be also out of position. Tony Stark is doesn't pop his Hydra earlier and is able to get X-Scar to get away.
Oh,
was a steal by Crying Cyanide. That was an almost amazing play.
A nice smite by Chrysalix to secure the dragon. And let's see what they can do. They had the man advantage going across the map, and it looks like the pause is going out.
I'm not sure why. Apparently there's a lag going on, but Nasus did disconnect earlier. Actually, looking at Nasus right now on the right. Okay, never mind. I thought that was a 1. That's an 11. I'm an idiot. I would say, wow, his level says 1 on my screen. It just actually that second one's like a little faded. It seems like, but that just might be me looking at it at a weird angle.
Yeah, it all really depends on how you have your what do you call it? The size of your how everything is.
Yeah, like the resolution and all that, because it does seem like the one, like on my screen at least, the one is really bright and the other one's a little faded. But yeah, this Nass is not building tanky, and having 84 farm is amazing. I because it does put the Ashe a little bit behind, but it seems like more that the Nasus was going to other lanes when people had a back and just taking their farm as that happened.
Yeah, but what I kind of really want to focus on is this Zed 7-1-1 Bork Ghostblade. He doesn't really care. Like the Nasus wants to get some auto attacks in. He really doesn't care. He wants to finish off people right away, and it looks like a fight's breaking out.
Yeah, Shadowbreaker is going in, trying to save the tower, and ooh, great ult gets the kill on the Exer. But also, Shadowbreaker is going to go down as well. Chris is coming in from the backline, doing great amount of damage. He's able to jump in. X-Scar getting really too close. He's going to go down as well. Crying Cyanide with a good zone. He's able to survive. Mad Max taking a lot of damage. Jinx misses with the rocket, but still picks up the kill. And Chrysalis is going to be spotted out, but he's not going to be able to, or he's going to be able to get out. What this happens is Nasus does what a Nasus does and just takes a tower. Doesn't matter if it's support or what. Crying Cyanide trying to pick up a kill, but is she able to find the LeBlanc, but doesn't look like it. She doesn't have the ult available, so she can't throw that out. And LeBlanc is just going to the top lane to farm with a sliver of health.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine though. The Jinx rocket isn't going to be up. But I mean, I guess here's what this Nasus is good for: some split pushing. Picks up a turret while all that happens. Although Nidalee Lions did pick up a really nice play, and it looks like Tony Starker is going to be in a bad position again.
That's a very good seed. His play is going to go on that, but he is not going to be able to get out of this one. Can he deal a lot of damage to at least trade someone? But Xcar is able to survive. Xcar is getting really low in a lot of these fights, but he's still able to get out. But yeah, Tony Starker just way too far pushed forward and getting a BF sword. Is this just a split push Nasus? And is that like, do they have this guy just constantly on split push mode?
I guess so, because I mean, like I said, I do not like the full damage Nasus in a team fight. But oh dear, if he gets that farmed up, uh-oh.
Rainbow Breaker's getting taken out really low. A good ult comes in, but Rainbow Breaker is able to survive because Shadow Breaker took the stun from it. But Fireglow is going to be jumping on by Xer, and Crying Sign is going to try his best to help out, but they are able to pick up the kill on the Fireglow. Madcast is getting really low from Shadow Breakers, but not able to. Oh, a good ult from Crying Cyanide.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Not able to get the kill, but is forcing Ashe to stay. Crying Cyanide now has to try to get out, has to put down the heal, but the LeBlanc is going to just probably be able to just jump around. The auto attack's doing quite a bit of damage. And here comes the Pantheon with a man drop coming on in. Xstar is going to try his best. Chris is actually really low. It's taken out. He must have jumped in really low. Trenchain is now going to be low as well, but he's going to be jumping in, and he is barely surviving after getting the kill off of that Rengar. He's able to jump away.
I am so impressed by the play of the.
And there's a Fireglow with the Mega Inferno Rocket. Or no, that Mega is it's a Super Mega Death Rocket. Mega Inferno Bomb is Crying Cyanide's ult. But, what an amazing downtown shot.
Yeah, and here's the Nasus now split pushing. I think that's what he wants to do now, but you know, here comes Nidalee Lions bot lane duo. Just gonna come find him again, and he's just gonna drop.
Oh, let's see if he can get the Krugs, but not in time.
Oh, here comes the Fed Zed. But it looks like he's not going to continue on now that the Nidalee Lions team has backup. This is some great play by them. You know, they were down 6k gold. I mean, they're still technically they're still down. What was it? 4, 5, 6, 7k gold. They're still down, but they're staying in it. And it's not only crit. Whoa.
Oh, that was so bad. That's just very unfortunate by Fireglow there missing. He wanted to check the bush, but he just barely misses, and because of that, Xer just waits a little longer and picks up a kill. And they were trying to get this blue buff over to Crying Cyanide, but it's going to be tough because Ashe is on the outside with trying to steal it. But with Shadow Breakers coming in, is not able to. But earlier, that was an incredible super Mega Inferno Bomb by Crying Cyanide, because even though it didn't get her the kill, it forced Madcast to stay, which then Shadow Breakers was able to pick it up. So it was an amazing ult, great positioning. And
so, definitely some good play. And as we continue into this game, I mean, Xer just totally mind gamed that, expected the fish.
And the Ghost Blade already popped, and he's going to go in and not able to pick up the kill while Rainbow Freckles jumped away. But Fireglow is going to get ulted on while Xer gets the kill onto Rainbow Freckles, but Xer is able to survive, gets out of the turret range. That laser seemed to be going from everywhere. Christmas is going to help him get out, and he just treats him like a bodyguard. Trenchain goes in on to Crying Cyanide, actually tries to protect this mid lane, but Xcar is going to jump on a Trenchain. Trenchain
can't
is
get that lockdown.
Jump away though.
Yeah, they could not get the lockdown fast enough, and oh my god. This game is certainly something different. I can't really place exactly what.
I think I got it. I think Mike Yoon is secretly coaching Rewind Gaming, and they just decided to use all the tricks that they've been thinking of during all through Thanksgiving break. This is all they've been doing, this theory crafting. So they're testing them now. The LeBlanc worked, good job. Now they're testing out the Nasus. Well, a team fight's working out. Rainbow Freckles is going to go in the middle, gets a good ult onto Madcast, which is able to keep him where he's at, but Rainbow Freckles is going to take a good amount of damage. A good Inferno Rocket is able to pick up the kill on a Madcast. Not pick up the kill, but at least get the kill. But Xer's going to be jump on. A good W heals him. But Trinch Chain's gonna go in, not able to pick up the kill either, and he's gonna take a lot of damage from Fire Glow. They have to trade on a Crisix, so they're not able to finish off the kill, but he does have the rocket. Will he be able to pick off Trinch Chain? Because he is in death range with that ult.
Yeah, and unfortunately you have the Zed split pushing. This, I mean, no one can answer the Zed split push right now. They have to send 2 people to deal with him, but it looks like they're pinging him out. The Zed, thinking that someone was coming from him, was kind of hiding out from the wave, being a little cheeky, but it looks like they're just going to take... Oh, the Garen's, I guess, going to go after him. I guess the Garen can deal with the Zed. Uh-oh.
An interesting Baron fighter. Now, XR is going to go on to Crisix. A good exhaust going down on Trinch Chain. He really can't do anything. He has to jump out. Crisix taking a lot of damage. Cry Inside comes in, and XR is able to pick it up. A good fight in the top lane between XR and Shadowbreaker. The Dragon is picked up, and can Shadowbreaker use that for a little bit of damage? No one's going to go down. But Rainbow, a double kill coming in for Trinch Chain, and a triple kill now after getting the kill into Rainbow Freckles, and that is an ace after a Dragon win. Granted, they got the Dragon, but they got aced right afterwards, so...
Yeah, and definitely not worth any more. Without that gold bonus for the Dragon after you get that kill, it's really difficult to like that. That's much more damning than it used to be. And this Zed now, oh dear, I don't know if you can even get close. Fire Glow.
Fire Glow, don't get too much closer. But there goes down an inhibitor turret, which is, in my opinion, probably the strongest turrets in the game right now. Even though like the lasers are a little different, I feel like they're much stronger than just the shots from everything else. But the Nexus turrets need a little bit more strength. They can barely survive against super minions right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I really have to hand it to the Nidalee Lions. With the cards they have been dealt and how this game has progressed, they have some spunk and they have some good fight in them. And even with the deficit, they held that, like, they stopped the bleeding and were able to keep that 6k, 7k deficit just at that for a long time. Here we go. It looks like they're going to go on Baron. Shadowbreaker's going to be a little cheeky.
Yeah, Tony's starting. I don't know. Wow, he just heals up almost everything. He just went to stall for the rest of his team to come out. And while that's happening, Tony Stark is going to be able to get his team with him. But Shadowbreaker is tanky. He might be able to survive for a little bit longer while he is just distracting while they are Baroning right now. They are able to pick up the Baron while all this is going on.
And they need the back right away. That Zed is hunting.
They do have enhanced backing. I don't know why they just don't use it. It's like a 2 or 3 second back. They do have the Baron buff, which allows them to do that, but they're going to try to catch out this Zed, who is 12-2 right now. I don't think they're going to be able to do much, but they're going to go all in. A great stun right there. Wow, he is melted. That was an amazing job by Nidalee Lions.
That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. And now you know that Rewind Gaming is all of a sudden thinking, they have Baron?
They did not know that. That was an amazing job. Not only stall long enough for them to get the Baron, but also to have an idea to do that. That was amazing. And Tony Stark just flashed. Maybe he tried to type, or maybe he's just still BMing. Who knows?
I think he definitely was trying to type there. But yeah, I do have to hand it to the Nidalee Lions. They have some good fight in them. They've made some excellent decisions in this game, and it's really keeping them from outright losing earlier. You know, 31 minutes into this game, they're getting to the point where Jinx has hyper carry, can get into hyper carry mode. She's, you know, static shiv, i.e. gets to trying to get a catch onto Mad Cass.
Doesn't hit it, seems like, but a good zap is going to go into Mad Cass, and she's most likely going to go down. If Ashe survives, this is going to be crazy. But no, here comes the super mega death burger from Fire Glow to pick up that kill. So that is another kill onto the Jinx now. 8 and 8. She's going to be able to start hyper carrying. She needs really one more item, and she's going to be able to completely carry this team. And Trinch Chain is going to try his best. Go in, poke, back off. But he takes half health right there already. Tony Slugger coming in on the support and Ass. He's trying to do what he can. He pops his ult. Trinch Chain coming in. He might be able to save this tower, but he's going to take quite a bit of damage. He's not tanking. A Q might be able to save him right now, but he doesn't get it off. So that's 2 kills right now, while Zed is split pushing the bot lane, so they might trade inhibitors if this keeps going.
Yeah, I get the idea of this base race here, but honestly, the Nidalee Lions need to react. They need to decide either. It looks like they're going to back. They have the enhanced Baron buff, so they can easily defend this.
At least Shadowbreakers doesn't.
Yeah, that is true. And the pause.
Another pause coming in.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, we had
And
Chris
I guess
disconnecting on that one. Okay.
I'm guessing a little bit of lag, but they now have. It's no longer a 10k gold lead. Only just barely under 10k gold lead. I should mention
A
that.
summoner has disconnected.
And I guess some people fixing lag problems, I presume.
Like it?
But we have to praise the Nidalee Lions.
A summoner has reconnected.
The fact they were behind early against a two assassin team comp, not to mention a Pantheon with a Pantheon in the mix and a late game Nasus who ends up going support, who ended up buying an IE. I still have to question this now. Like I can't, I cannot get behind this Nasus build anyway. Like I get if you want to split push at this point, but at this point in the game, you're going to be split pushing in their base. So unless you're going to create a base race opportunity, I still don't know where this build is even going to be. When I see and Jinx actually got a Bloodthirster, I would have loved to see a Last Whisper on her. It looks like she's going to get her that next, judging by the pickaxe. But because oh my gosh, this Jinx is going to be putting out a lot of damage, and unless the Zed can get on top of her and blow her up, like if this Jinx got it, that's what I would like to see. I would like to see a Last Whisper and then a GA. That way, when Zed gets all of his burst out onto that Jinx, you know the rest of the team can actually push forward, maybe force that Zed out. A silence is so damning on the Zed, and that coming from that Garen, I think. They could actually flip the game just from one of those type of team fights. So
Not every day when you see the people in game advertising your stream while you're casting them. So that was pretty awesome to watch. But while this is going on, Exor's going to get attacked by Rainbow Prickers with ult on an X guard, taking a lot of damage, but able to get the kill. I did not expect that kill. That was a lot of damage, but he is going to go down to the Jinx. But man, 13 and 4 right now on that Zed. He is really strong. And he has 3,000 more gold than anybody else on his team. It's not as quite as big as the Jinx as we saw in the last game, who had like, I think at one point 6,000 or 8,000 more than the rest of his team. But
yeah.
that Zed is fed right now, but he can't get caught out like that, or his team could lose in this game.
Like I was just saying during that little pause break, this is starting to get into troublesome areas for Rewind.
I think that's it.
Oh my gosh, I need a sticky note right on the screen. Rewind Gaming. I will hopefully get it. It's gonna get into troublesome areas for Rewind Gaming, and oh look at this. This Karen doesn't give any fucks.
Next time we stream these, we should just come up with a big list of words that begin with RE and just give a different name every time we say them.
Evolution.
Renowned Gaming right now is doing an amazing job in this game, being about 8k behind. But Chrislix is going to be able to find Shadows Breakers, but going to be able to just walk out of their jungle on this one. Tony Starker, not surprised, really deep right now. Going to get jumped on the X guard, but he's not going to be able to trade a lot of damage. He doesn't have the items right now to really do much. He just has full aggressive, but a good ult coming in. Can Trench Lane?
What a play!
Wow.
What a play!
What a cue from Leon to keep him alive, but while this is happening, Jinx is able to pick up the kill onto it, but Trench Lane is trading damage right now, and I don't even know what's really going on. A lot of damage coming down, a lot of deaths coming in, and
after that it's
wow.
Let's see what happens here, because this is getting interesting. Nidalee Lions currently have all of their inhibs back up, and this Jinx is putting out damage. Now I see Bloodthirster works really well. Just being able to have that little extra shield against the Zed makes all the difference in the world. And Shadow.
There. That's a
Shadow
very my best to kill. But Shadowbreaker is going to try what he can, but not really able to do much. He can't really slow down Grizzlix, but he can stun him, but all the damage gets blocked. But we have a ping going down on their base, so this is going to be pretty interesting because they do have 2 open inhibitors.